looking at Cardano from a daily perspective here to start, it's interesting to point out that really until the last 4 days, we had very stunted price action, if you will. And now we've had 4 days of consistently strong price action, which you have to go back into mid-May to see something similar. Otherwise, it's been very drab, boring price action for the most part on the upside. This is very bullish. The problem with that is that we get oversold. As we are triggering or besting the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of this particular decline, we're also getting an RSI that's extremely overbought and even correlates with above or equal to highs that we've seen going back in the history of Cardano. So it's important to point out that overbought condition. Sometimes that's just enough. You don't need to have the bearish momentum divergence to be ready for some downside. Other than that, though, this is the type of price action we wanted to see. You'll see the volume profile is excellent behind this. In fact, what we could see happening here is that we do make a race right up to the all-time high or near the all-time high, which could be the 78.6% retracement level of this decline, form some handle, and then you would have a bigger cup with handle pattern and a powerful base in which to launch a rally, a significant rally from there. But clearly the low has been put in. This is impulsive. You can't deny that. You know, higher prices are in the future for this. It just is a matter of how this extreme overbought conditions reconciles itself. It's some type of pullback in price or in time. Ideally, you'd like to see it hold at 61.8% retracement at 190 or $2 to 190 that we see here. That would be the ideal scenario. Otherwise, it's opened up to a much deeper decline. You know, possibly all the way down to 145 to 140, which correlates with the 2018 high. But my view is we'll probably see a tighter correction than that before make the handle and then higher from there. But you shouldn't rule out the possibility based on the momentum that we just directly go through the all-time high immediately before some type of correction takes place.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting that as well, considering what's happening with Cardano. You done right, Sheldon?
Yep.
Okay. For me right now, I have this supply zone here right now, which ranges from roughly approximately $2 to 2.15, and I think we're gonna sweep the highs here at 2.15, and then if this momentum continues, hit the all-time high at around 2.47, and then retrace or sweep the highs here and with the inability of the buyers to close above it, which leads to retracement down to this particular zone here, not zone, resistance level, which comes around 1.82. Or we could also retrace down to this level here, which is from 1.827, 1.72, right? So it's gonna be this, and then down to this, and then probably consolidate here for a while, and then hit the all-time high, right? But on a 12-hour time frame, we can see, as you can see, the MRI indicators already formed a potential top, a warning signal that if this momentum continues here, there's going to be a sell signal, right? And I'm expecting sell signal to form, which comes after the sweep of the 2.15 level.
That's basically the 78.6% retracement that I was, so spot on.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Right. So yeah, also like you mentioned, if this momentum continues and there's no way to say it's going to continue, we could have the retest of the all-time high first and then the retracement, right? Like we used to mention, the Rebel coin, I think, is kind of back in action. So honestly, like expecting this to do normal things like the rest of the altcoins would set us up for failure. Yeah. And from an on-chain perspective, there's really no resistance levels for Cardano except for 2.17, which kind of coincides with the level that we just spoke about, the 78% web, and the demand zone's upper limit here for me.
Oh, there's no
Yeah.
resistance there.
Mhm.
There's no
Yeah.
support either down to 179.
Yeah.
So there's a wide range there.
No, there's support at $2, right? 1.93. Which
Marginal.
Yeah, marginal. At least nothing from a technical perspective.
I'm
At
just
least up to
thinking
1.
if we have a selling pressure in the complex itself, if there was any sizable support there, it doesn't really look like there is until 170 something.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is a shorter time frame, right? But if you look at this thing, yeah, I think that also coincides with the 1.76.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if the overall structure kind of falls apart for the Bitcoin and the altcoins, then you might see a lot of selling pressure, which probably brings it down to 1.76, which is a little above the 50 fib here, this particular range. Yeah, but I generally don't see that happening for the cryptos right now, like a selling pressure, an overall selling pressure, unless we get a major news.
Yeah, everything just looks is just been powerful. I mean, the altcoins, positive deviation on the days that you see Bitcoin a lot weaker or negative. You're seeing other cryptocurrencies step up and take the leadership role. I mean, that is just dominant breadth that you want to see. I don't care if you're looking at stock market or on any financial market. When you have many of the instruments participating, that means risk is on and there's liquidity in the marketplace, and that's all bullish for the market, in my opinion. At this point, you don't need Bitcoin, you don't need Ethereum. You're seeing other altcoins, and they're not just going up 2 or 3%. I mean, we're seeing double-digit moves on a regular basis within the altcoins. Like today, for Cardano is one of them today. But you also have MKR up over 11%. Litecoin is up almost 10%. XLM is up over 9% today. So this is telling you that the market is healthy, that it's commanding interest from investors. So higher prices seems to be the obvious projection for things moving forward.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that context. So yeah, I don't think we're going to see a retracement for Cardano anytime soon. At least like a major selling pressure that pushes it beyond the 1.82, probably 1.76. Anything beyond 1.76 is highly unlikely for me right now, at least from the setup that I'm seeing for the entire market. Minor retracement, yes. Massive sell-off, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything kind of just came together on this third tap. Like a lot of altcoins have set this up, like 1, 2, 3, and then Bitcoin rallied first, consolidated, Ethereum overtook it, XRP overtook it, and then the altcoins just followed through. And yeah, I think this is what we're seeing on a lot of altcoins.
Yeah, it would be impressive if we shape a cup with handle pattern here. That would be pretty powerful development for Cardano and speak to a lot higher prices for the altcoin moving forward.
Definitely.